Um, I think the switches worked. Thought it was a good game. Kind of came down to the last minute or so where it was possession by possession, and they made more possessions than we did. So coming down to it, there's other things that we need to do, like rebound. One of the bigger parts, John Collins and Clint Capella on the boards did a great job. So yeah.
Yeah, you had mentioned the rebounding before. Is it how difficult can that be though, in the sense of if they're taking 28 to 30 footers and it's not just and it's long rebounds. It's not just as simple as, boxing out a man or chesting up a man. You've got just really strange angles. Does that really truly come down to effort, or can you kind of try to plan for that, if that makes
No,
if
it's
that
a little
makes
bit of
sense?
both. I think a little bit of it is effort. It's the effort to actually turn and box. And if you have to face guard, if it's somebody like me who's smaller, have to face guard, push them all the way down and let somebody else get it. Effort for me, especially because I'm always by the three, to actually come in and get those long rebounds. So it's a little bit of effort. Sometimes it's just a little bit of luck. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go your way. But if you want to win, you got to have them.
Eric, name?
Specifically for you, what does like a perfect tag kind of look like for you? Like getting Capella, because you're gonna kind of have to like X out, right? Like and go grab him. Like what does that kind of look like for you?
Just pushing.
Right.
Push him. Just try to push him as much as you can. I know one thing as a guard, bigs don't like to get hit below the waist. So just to be able to box out, get in the knees, so that they don't move, they don't have leverage. And then again, it's about boxing them out. It's not necessarily about me getting the rebound. If I'm there, I box them out. Somebody else can come and get it.
For you offensively, what do you like about the way that you guys executed in the first half? Even if you didn't hit shots, but just the way that you executed.
I thought we executed really well the whole game. I thought we had some great shots, some great looks, some wide open ones that we didn't make in unopportune times, and then ones that came down the stretch and we usually make and didn't make. So offensively, I think we played well. We got a lot of wide open shots, and we'll start knocking those in.
I think one of the things the Hawks have gotten really good at during this playoff series is kind of hiding Trey. Like they find a way to switch him off or show and recover or whatever it may be. Like they find a way to keep him out of the action. Is there things that you guys can do to put him in it more often defensively?
Yeah, they just do a good job of hiding him.
Zora Stevenson.
Hey, Jrue, kind of a pick your brain question here. I was going back today and I saw like a number of times it looked like you all were anticipating the screens that were being set for Trae Young, like you knew they were coming, and then he would almost refuse them. What's hard? Like, why is it difficult to kind of stay straight and just see and like let me back up. Why is it difficult to read off of him versus anticipating? Why would you do one versus the other? Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I think I try to do a little bit of both. And sometimes when you anticipate, you get crossed over and he does a little shimmy and then he shoots, which that's whatever to me. But sometimes it's about the screener. And the screener, you either have to go over or go under. Sometimes the screener slips. So there's times where you actually have to anticipate if the screener is going to slip or if he's going to go over and under. Sometimes when you go under or when you go over, they move all the time. Moving screen is a real thing. They just not going to call it. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot more that goes into maybe just my thought process or my brain going over a screen. And then on top of that, you can't really be physical with somebody like Trae because he does Trae things, like runs into you or he stops short or crafty things. So a lot kind of goes into that. If we could be more physical and be into him, that's what we do. But you just kind of have to go with what you're given.
Do you ever think about forcing him into the screen? Like making sure he uses it?
Yeah.
Harder. I know easier said than done. I'm just asking if that's an option.
Sure.
What sorry, give me some context on the reaction there. Is that like a
how do I say this?
Volunteer.
Sometimes it's our system isn't to send him one way. Like if you're going to shade somebody, shade him either to the right or to the left. It's wherever the screen comes from. So sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. It's loud. So sometimes I anticipate because I don't hear it. But I can also, I've been fortunate enough to be able to like read when somebody's coming behind me. But there are times where, yeah, you try to send them to a screen one way and the screen's actually not there. And again, that's part of communicating. Just a couple of different variables that gets confusing. So
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Jrue.
appreciate it.